What's up, guys? Back-to-back videos here this evening. Episode 20 here, my Puckpedia off-season breakdown. We got the Ottawa Senators coming into the off-season with $8 million in cap space here. They had a little bit more before yesterday. Unfortunately, I'm one day short of kind of all their big moves. They traded for Jordan Spence, and they re-signed Claude Drew. So honestly, that just took a lot of the fun out of this roster. Unfortunately, I had him trading for Eric Carlson before from the Penguins, and Eric Carlson and Brian Rust for a big package. That would have been pretty sick. But oh well, too bad, I guess. But coming into the offseason now after getting Spence and locking up Drew, they have $8 million in cap space. It's been reported that ownership doesn't want them to spend up to the cap. So I'm actually going to try and incorporate that into my video. But honestly, even if I was planning on spending the cap, I don't even know if I'd have to. I mean, looking at this roster now, a lot of it I would say is pretty set in stone for the most part. First line is probably good. Second line, probably good. Maybe Zetterlund will slot in here instead of Perron, but that can switch at any moment, right? And then your third line, same thing, pretty much set in stone for the next few years. Grieg, Pinto, Perron. So that kind of pushes Amadio down to your fourth line. Paying a little bit much for a fourth liner, but you have the cap space, so it doesn't really matter. And he's got cup winning pedigree, I guess, if that means something to you. So, and then your defense. I mean, your defense is looking pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I'd put Spence here above Jensen. Put him on the second pair. Let him play with Shabbat. So first thing I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna extend Spence. I think it would make a lot of sense to extend. It's possible they wait till mid-season or till the end of the season to extend him, but I'm just going to do it now because, not a ton to do with this roster, right? So I'm going to sign him $5.5 million for 4 years, which, I think that's pretty solid. It's a good bridge deal into, what he could be. Because, I mean, looking at Don Lucian's, player cards, I believe, Spencer's were he played $7.4 million player in the regular season. This doesn't include playoffs, so. But, so if you can get him for 5.5 for 4, I mean, it's pretty good. I'm also just curious. I want to see what he is according to AFP contract predictions. Their analytical contract predictions. Okay, well, I feel like he should be right there, but I guess he's not. So that's fine. Oh, he has one more year. Okay, wait, never mind. He's in the extension projections. That's my bad. There he is. Jordan Spence, $5 million for 4 years. Okay, so I gave him $500K more than the analytics think he's worth, but it's fine with me. You gotta pay a guy a little to make him stick around. So to fill these fourth line, left wing, and center holes, looking at the team here, I mean, they're pretty young outside of Drew and Perron. So for the left winger, I'm gonna go with another vet. Again, I'm trying to spend as little cap space as possible. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna sign James Van Riemsdyk for $950K for 1 year. Brings in a little bit more depth and some veteran leadership. So, and a guy, who's probably chasing a cup. He's never won a cup and he's getting up there. So I think Ottawa could easily be a sleeper pick next year. They're probably not going to win next year. They probably still got a few more years ahead of them before they're ready, but they're young. They're looking good. I mean, they've made the playoffs now. They've gotten over that one hump. So I'm kind of excited to see where the future goes for them. They will be needing some right wing down the line, but it shouldn't be too hard to find. They're not going to do it this year, obviously, because they don't want to spend to the cap. But looking at next year, they're going to have $26 million in the offseason. They're going to have to re-sign Pinto. That'll probably be like $5 million. Honestly, I'll do that now. But outside that, you're pretty much set. That's it. You have $26 million to find a right winger and pay your third line center, and then find another third line winger here, and then some fourth liners, and then the third pairing defenseman. So honestly, you're looking great right now. If you're out, you're in a great situation. I want to see what they have Pinto's extension projected at. So You can either go 5 years at 6 mil or 1 year at 4.5. I'm gonna give Pinto. I'm gonna give him a 5x5. I kind of like a 5x5. I think a 5x5 sounds pretty fair, and that locks him up for a good little chunk of time there. So get him that, and then only hole really now for remaining this offseason is a fourth line center and a backup goalie. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to get a fourth line center. The guy I had in mind for that would be Mikey Asamont. Probably like 1.2 mil for 1 year, or we'll go 2 years. And then you also need a backup goalie. I'm going to go with a veteran guy who can play, 25, 30 games a year, and James Reimer, only for 1 year. 1 year, 1 mil. Sign to that, and then bang. You're looking pretty good. And then you have your extra defenseman, Martin Palo, in the press box. And then let's see. Let's just look at the RFAs here. Levi Marilainen, I'm going to sign him just because, I think that's probably their goalie after Markstrom, they're hoping. So he'll probably be in the minors this coming season, but the year after that, keep an eye out for him. And then, just because, we kind of need an extra forward for the press box, right? I would go Cole Reinhardt, but, it's kind of just like he's a young guy with potential. I'm just going to put him in the press box. I feel like I can't really do that. So, honestly, it doesn't really matter who they sign. Actually, let's just take a look here at the cheapest possible options, probably. Down at the bottom, Sprong, Abe Kubel, guys like that. So we'll go ahead. We'll sign Daniel Sprong. Wow, that's too much, his average there. We go Kevin LeBanc, $850K for 1 year. And he'll just sub in for injuries. And he plays right and left wing, so it's perfect. Help either side. Doesn't matter. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video, I'm pretty sure. Looking at this roster here, I think this is pretty good. Your first pair of defense with Sanderson's pretty good. Shabbat, Spence. Again, Spence has a little bit of room to grow, but once he really hits that, and he has this bigger opportunity here in Ottawa than he did in LA. So this is his chance to really prove himself, and I think he'll be great probably. So that's a solid second pair. Third pair, they can eat some minutes. That's all you really need them to do. Great goalie in Olmark. Great top 6. Great top 9 even. Your third line's great. And then this would be a solid fourth line and just an overall solid bottom 6. So top to bottom, this team is just solid, I think. Your biggest issue here would probably be scoring. I think you lack some scoring. So, maybe in free agency next year they go out and they look for a scorer. I think that would be perfect for the right wing. But after re-signing Drew, that's probably not going to happen this year. And, especially with the rumors of them not wanting to spend at the cap. So I wouldn't really look for anything crazy from them. But you never know, right? So I appreciate you guys tuning in, watching this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, what you think of this roster, what you would do differently. In the description, I'm also going to link the Puckpedia roster directly. So if you want to see what people comment on Puckpedia, click that link because I do post these on Puckpedia. And people leave comments from there on that. So if you want to see, the discussion around it, go check that out. So thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.